Okay, F900ex, normal stab trim, no motion. It will not go up or down. Customer states he thinks he can hear the main relays clicking, but the stabilizer won't move from the co-pilot's yoke or the pilot's yoke. No report on the autopilot. So let's see here. Yeah, there we go. So what's common? Well, only thing I can find is a ground at the vertical stabilizer where the normal motor plugs in. The actual cannon plug where the normal motor plugs in, that would be a common point. But as soon as you get to the normal motor, the up and down circuits are quite separate. The other thing that obviously would be common would be stab normal circuit breaker. This comes into the mechanical circuit breaker in the pedestal. That's a common point. But then basically it just goes right back out, goes to a splice, and it goes to three directions. So there's nothing common out there. First glance, those are the only two things that are common to both up and down. We're a little farther afield there, but I did consider a case where possibly both arming relays are pulled, and it's going to take a bit to do that. Let's see here, whatever, come into this splice and this splice. This splice is autopilot arms nose up. This splice is autopilot arms nose down. And if you follow it through, that would do it. That would arm both up and down arming relays, and that would kill the stabilizer trim. To do that, you would have to have one of the IACs applying voltage. So one thing we might do is unplug number 1 and number 2 and number 1 IAC. Just unplug them, pull them out of the rack, and make sure the autopilot is not holding those arming relays engaged. That sounds pretty unlikely. Probably your best bet is, I would think, the pedestal, the handle in the pedestal where the little mechanical pop-up circuit breaker is. That we have not been working in the tail of the airplane, so a loose cannon plug doesn't really sound that good. The complaint does come and go. Okay, and as far as Todd's Perfect World goes, I had to run through this before my battery on my phone died. So this is Todd's Perfect World. The motor has an up and a down coil, so everything's separate. So I just took one possible motion, which would be up. And I said, okay, there's a bus in the airplane, whatever bus it is, A1 or whatever it is. There's a circuit breaker in the overhead. So it's all common to here. In the pedestal, there is a black mechanical breaker that is popped up, mechanically pushed up by the stab. But once you get to this splice, it's just a heavy relay for up. Okay, and then it goes through the down arming relay on obviously the relaxed contacts. So if you're going to command up, you must have your down arming relay relaxed. Makes total sense. Then a plug on the vertical fin, and then that's it. So I mean, it's really ground to the motor, bad cannon plug, bad power, bad circuit breaker in the overhead, bad mechanical breaker in the pedestal, and then other than that, the possibility of the up contactor pulling, but the down arm relay is engaged. That's pretty fantastical. That doesn't sound right. So we shall see.